I went across with my friend and we spent a year in Israel. I carried bananas for a year. Most of the time, people have references and use references and go, oh, we can make this film look like that, or we can make this film look like this, right? Shaka, what do you look at? There was this competition for a new film school. And it was like, write a short little story. If you win, we'll contact you to come and study at this film school. They contacted me and they said, we like your story. Well,
Probably
if I
not.
give away that secret, nobody will know.
It's on the director's cut.
Did we shoot on the iPhone? I don't know.
Hello, family, and welcome to yet another episode of Seen and Heard, a platform that makes you feel seen and heard. Nadim Potuhlane, and I'm not alone. I'm with the co-host,
Little Dala.
and today we have a very, very special guest. He's a director and a cinematographer, and one of my personal favorites, and his name is Zeno Petersen.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for having us.
How are you?
I'm good. A little bit cold.
It's a
Cold
bit
and
nippy.
nervous.
Weather.
You know?
Yeah. But let's start off with a fun little ice-breaking game.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm going to ask you a few questions about films.
okay.
It's a fun quiz.
Yeah. Let's go. I like it.
You ready? Who won the Oscar for Best Actor in 2016 for his role in The Revenant? I'm gonna give you options.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Doesn't need options, correct.
Okay.
Doesn't need options, correct. All right, next question. The 2015 movie Creed is a spin-off from which successful movie series?
The Rocky series.
Correct.
Yeah.
No options needed.
No options, like...
Last
Please.
question. What is the first name of Rambo in the Sylvester Stallone movies?
John.
Correct.
Zeno, like, should we give you all the cards? Like,
You want one more?
All
You
the
can go.
cards.
Let's
one-
let you should go until I don't get it right.
No, we can't do that. All right. Who plays the lead character in Mad Max Fury Road?
Who plays the lead character?
Yes.
The actor's name?
Yes.
The new or the old one?
I think so.
There's a new one?
The new one.
You know, the old one's Mel Gibson, and the
No.
new one is Tom Hardy.
It's Tom Hardy. It's Tom Hardy.
There you go.
Now you're going to run all these questions. You're going to run all these questions. Need to save some for the other guests.
That's cool. I should get that.
That's why I was like, oh, I should probably just give you all the cards.
Yeah, literally. At
That's
this
dope. I should
no
get
options
that.
needed at all.
Oh, Zeno, you are, as I've said, an icon of mine. And that's simply because I really am so interested in cinematography myself.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know, and I still don't know, like where to begin and how to like get into it. Because I think it's also a bit difficult to find your feet in the industry. Like you can have multiple interests, you know, but where did it start for you? At which point did you feel like, okay, this is what I want to do? Which point did it start?
It's a long story. Yeah, I'll try and
We
keep
got
it
time.
short,
We
right?
got time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got time?
You got time?
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, for me, so my story obviously starts with the love of film, right?
Right.
I grew up in a household that loved film. My dad used to always rent us like 5 movies every weekend to watch. So it was like our normal routine every Saturday. And I think that always stuck with me, right? And when I grew up, I started also drawing my own cartoon, like comic books.
Yeah.
You know, and I had that and I burnt the papers to make it look cool and stuff, but I always kept those little stories with me. But I didn't know that you could actually study film. It wasn't a thing, right? For us. And I think for our parents as well, they were like, you know, you're gonna become a news cameraman. Like, what do you want to do, right? I don't think back then, I'm giving away my age here, but when I grew up,
I think you gave your age away when you said rented movies.
oh yeah, when I said it, we rented VHS,
The video.
That's the video.
tapes, all right. So it wasn't a thing. It was no, you know, we didn't really. There's no film school. You know, I grew up in this like colored community, and it was not a thing. But anyway, went to school, went to high school, and the only option I had, I studied art, right? So I finished with an art degree, and I was like, I wanna become a computer graphics. I want to study computer graphics.
Oh, okay.
And I enrolled at Damlin in Joburg. Got in, and my one friend came to me just before that year would start. My one friend came to me and he was like, "There's this thing called kibbutz. I don't know if you guys know what kibbutz is. It's basically these places, these farms that you go to in Israel."
Oh.
And you go and work on these farms, right? So they get people from around the world to come and work on these farms and do manual labor. So you would have options of going to the banana fields and carrying bananas, or working in the avocado fields and so on. And my friend was like, like, we're young, why don't we go for a year and we go do that? And I was like, cool, let me go ask my dad. Went to my dad and I was like, listen, I feel like I want to do this. I want to take a year off before I study. Can I go do this? And I went across with my friend and we spent a year in Israel. And I carried bananas for a year. Carried bananas on my shoulder like this.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to that now, how it connects to in the film as well. Carried bananas like this for a whole year on my shoulder, crying every night. And my parents sent me this care package from South Africa with all the goodies, right? Chips and biltong. And I used to buy this like magazine that came out every 2 weeks, and it had like reviews on movies. I used to buy that when I was in South Africa. And they sent me this package, and this package never arrived. Like it took like 6 months.
6 months
to get there to Israel.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to arrive like literally 2 or 3 days before my return back to South Africa.
Oh my word!
And it came there in like this plastic bag. The box was all messed up, and the only thing that really survived in that box was this movie magazine. So it's the only thing that I took out and I brought back with me. And I remember on the plane, on the way back to South Africa, I finally decided to open up this magazine and read it. And in this magazine, there was this competition for a new film school that just started in South Africa called SAFTA. Okay.
No way.
And it was like, write a short little story, and if you win, we'll contact you, or if you like your story, we'll contact you to come and study at this film school. So I was like, man, this is something I find, this is what I want to do. So as soon as I got back to South Africa, I wrote a little short story about my experience in Israel. And I think like literally like a week or so later, after sending that in, they contacted me and they said, we like your story. We like what you did. I think, you should come in and study film.
Yeah.
And I got invited to go to SAFTA, and I started studying film. So that's how I got into the whole thing.
Oh my word!
And as a cinematographer, what do? You always carry cameras on your shoulder, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
and
gosh!
That whole year, I carried bananas on my shoulder. Yeah. So when I finally started to do handheld and carry cameras, I was like, meh, this is nothing. This is light work for me.
Yeah.
It was like prepping my shoulder for all this handheld camera work I've been doing for the last 20 years. So as we're, that's just how the universe kind of works. And I think it was meant to be. If I didn't go and experience that time in Israel, I would not be sitting here today. Right.
That's such an amazing story, actually. It's like a veil's been lifted in like how you actually managed to do what you do and how you actually managed to even exercise, I would say.
Yeah.
But like going back to the whole art thing, you had graduated in art, right? So would you say that had an influence on how you view cinematography and how you sort of shape a scene?
Definitely. So again, it was just another piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
I just so happened to study art, not knowing that I could go study film and cinematography. And I had that. that knowledge and that background right now, and the influence of studying art and painting. And, painting's all about shaping light, right? And contrast and composition. So just everything just fell into place, and I was like, yeah, man, I can do this. So when I eventually started studying cinematography, it all kind of made sense. Right?
Oh, okay.
Because even at film school, when you start studying, they talk about paintings and using paintings as references and so on. So yeah, I was lucky that all those things happened to me, I guess.
Yeah.
So would you say, how do I put this? Like, did you know exactly what you wanted to do, or did you have to grapple a little bit within being at AFTA? Like, okay, let me grapple a little bit with directing, let me grapple a little bit with cinematography. And I think maybe like AFTA has that privilege for you to do that, you know. But did you know
to be honest
from
with you,
the get-go?
To be honest with you, I don't think so. We always, when I went to AFTA, the school was very small, it just started, right? I think we were about 80, maybe less than 80 students.
Yeah.
The entire campus?
The entire campus.
Wow.
I remember we had like 2 classrooms, and we had like a big little section where we would shoot our little films, and, I mean, back then we shot on film, right? We didn't have digital. So all this, we didn't have this luxury. So it was a totally different environment. But yeah, I wasn't too sure, I mean, of what I was going to do. I did gravitate to cinematography more because of just my painting background, but I think in every student, there's always this imagination of being a director,
right.
being at the head and, being at the top. And I tried it, and I don't think it really worked for me. I think it was the other students were better at it at that time. And I fell in love with cameras. I fell in love with this idea of creating pictures. So, yeah, I mean, even the teachers were like, yeah, you should become a cinematographer.
Yeah.
So I had great teachers and mentors like Rob Malpage that he had me under his wing, and he's the same guy that brought me into BOM as well. So it's only late in life that I pursued this idea of becoming a director again, but everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
And it comes at the right time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I would say, I would ask you this question. Growing up in your environment, the experiences you've had, do you think that shaped how you would storytell in like the camera visually? Cinematography, like with cinematography or with you as a director?
I thought about that question.
Yeah.
I'm very privileged that I grew up in very different environments. I got exposed to a lot of different environments, right? From being in this, growing up in this small town called Standerton, where there was nothing, right? And then moving to a colored township, not township, but a colored neighborhood called Eersterus. I don't know if you guys know that place. It's just outside of Pretoria.
Oh.
And then, then moving from there to Pretoria, the city, and then being exposed to like a predominantly white environment again. And then after that, starting film, and then ending up in a mostly black environment, right? So I had like this opportunity to kind of like view everything from everybody's perspectives, right? White, black, colored.
Literally, yeah.
And how people grew up and people's cultures. And I think deep down, I think it influences the way I view the world. I don't know how much it influences my work itself, right? I'm trying to think about any time where I took anything from my life and really used that in my work, as opposed to just looking at the work itself and going, what does it need? Right. And whose perspective are we telling the story from? So
have you ever wanted to maybe write about your experience in Israel, given that that's what actually that story gave you a gateway into AFTA? Have you ever felt like maybe I can even center it in South Africa and maybe just change the environment, but the experience as a whole can still be embedded?
Like, it's not the first time somebody's asked me that. My partner the other night said to me that I've had so many things happen to me, and so many different things happen to me in my life. I've got this very colorful upbringing, right?
Colorful, colorful, yeah.
Because you're exposed to many.
I've been exposed to so many different things, and I've had some interesting things happen to me in my life. And at some point, I did think about that, trying to adapt that, because when it comes to writing, you got to pull from your personal experiences. What makes it a good, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I think the time will come when it's like a switch, right? Like cinematography, I had the one day there was just this switch that went on, and I was like, I understand this. I know how to do this now. And I wasn't ready for directing. And I waited, and I worked with amazing directors, and I took everything from them, basically. And in that time, the one day came, and I was like, I think I'm ready for this right now, and I switched that on, and I was like, cool, now I can direct. So writing as well, like the last couple of months, I've been like playing around with it, right? Writing down ideas. I've got like plenty of cool ideas for movies and shows that I personally want to do. But it will happen. Like, there's a lot of other things I gotta do first before that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can add onto the story.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
But like the knowledge that you have right now and the experiences you've been on your journey, let's say you had to speak to a younger version of yourself, a young Zeno, right? Now there is a film school. So now there is a film school. People are going into the arts with cinematography and directing. What advice would you give to your younger self and in how to start and where to begin, basically?
Create your own stories. Shoot every day, doesn't matter what, right?
So regardless of equipment,
doesn't matter. Equipment is the last thing you need to worry about. The best camera, best thing you have is the one in your pocket right now. Just go out. Just like, I wish I did that sooner. Just to go out and just take photos, just experience life. Because I started going out, and I just started taking photos on weekends. Like every single weekend, I had this motorbike, and I would just go around the city, with some money and bread, and I would stop and I would meet people on the roads, and I would take photos of them, and I would listen to them, listen to their life story, and capture that, because that's like, that sits with you. Like those emotions and stories sit with you, and one day that will influence your work. So like I think the expectation is not everybody, but the expectation from new filmmakers is that you walk in the door and you'll get the job, and you'll be the cinematographer on set, and you'll be the director, right? But it doesn't work like that. You gotta earn that position. Right? I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I've done so many different things and so many different shows, but it's only now with Shaka, right, that people are like, oh, like, who's that?
Right.
And it's not And I'm not like, oh, why didn't you do this 10 years ago? You know, why was that attention not there 10 years ago? I was like, no, I'm still learning. I'm still growing.
Yeah.
The time will come, right? So don't be in a rush. Just wait for it and will happen.
Will happen.
Yeah.
But speaking of equipment, I actually saw a TikTok.
You saw my TikTok?
TikTok of yours. And you were shooting with an iPhone.
Oh, the one I was on set.
Yes, you were on set, and then somebody came like hugging you from the back.
Yeah.
And then they panned.
Yeah.
And then there was this small iPhone and this big jib. Was that on the set of Shaka? Probably not.
Shaka shot on iPhone.
Well,
Probably
if I
not.
give away that secret, nobody will know.
A little bit.
Nobody will know. Did we shoot on the iPhone? I don't know.
On the
Find out on the next
Like I
episode.
said, right? That's just proof, right? That you can shoot on anything.
That you can shoot on anything.
You can shoot on anything.
Yeah. But I thought that was like very, very interesting because you were showing that as big as of a cinematographer that you are now, you're not only shooting with, you know, your Sonys and whatever else, but you are still making use of iPhone.
Yeah. We're gonna do more. It's like the technology out there is incredible, and you know, your phones are so good, right? You can shoot a whole film on it. The new Danny Boyle film, 28 years later, is shot on an iPhone, iPhone 15, right? Shot the whole thing on an iPhone. Don't be scared. Just make it happen. Like, well, you know, tell the story. That's the important thing. Most important thing on set is telling a story, getting that right.
So let's say someone who's starting up as maybe a director, cinematographer who does not have the equipment, right? And you saying, just put your work out there and it will get noticed. You think that having a great story is worth having as well when shooting something, let's say with an iPhone, just to attract audience as well?
It's not worth having as well, right? Having a great story is the most important thing.
There you go.
Having a great story and having good sound.
Exactly. Yeah.
Having a great story and having good sound.
Yeah, video quality, but sound.
And then you worry about your picture. Of course, you're gonna make it look beautiful, whatever your look is and your mood is, whatever. But what I'm saying is that if you have a great story that connects with people,
there you go.
People see beyond what you've shot on, right? If we told the same story, the Shaka story, and we shot that whole thing on iPhone, and it was still gripping, and people could connect with it, nobody would have said anything. You know, most people won't even know, because Gogo that's sitting at home watching that show, she's not worried about what you shot on.
True.
She's not going, I'm so happy Zeno shot Shaka on
Sony. Does she know what a Sony is?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
She's crying because he just lost somebody. She's crying because, you know, she connects with that story and the emotions of the actors and how sound evokes emotion. Then comes it's a bonus, and you know, if it looks good.
Yeah.
Not that you don't need to try and make it obviously look good. Of
course.
Because it's also part of the process.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting here, right? It's part of the process that helps. Everything's connected. It's like I always say, everybody's like a chain, like a link in a chain on set. Like everybody's so important, and we touched upon that.
Yeah.
Like you gotta treat everybody equally on set. Nobody's more important than the other person, and the same goes with all the departments. Everything's important. Yeah.
You were talking with, is it Eddie from SA Film Chronicles?
Yeah, that was like I think a year ago.
Yeah.
I think I was wearing the same jacket, damn it. On the way, I was like,
the same jacket.
I think I was wearing the same jacket. It was cold.
It was also cold.
Yeah, I think I was wearing the same jacket.
People are gonna think.
Yeah, it's fine.
You got a different background. He's always white, so it's cool. It's like, yeah.
But you were talking about you touched on so many things, how it seems like you're a very simplistic person. You know, the shots that you had on Shaka were very, very simplistic. But one thing that really was so interesting about that conversation was lighting, and how you used, like, how it was difficult to light, for example, in the hut.
Yeah.
You know, what other obstacles did you face? What other things did you face? Because I remember that you said the firelight was also, you know, part of lighting. I thought that was crazy. But what other challenges did you come across?
Oh man, there's a lot, right? Because I think the people, you know, what people don't realize is creating that look is not as easy as just putting up, you know, 3 lights in a hut and going, cool, let's shoot. Because you want to make it feel authentic.
Yeah.
And most of the time, people have references and use references and go, oh, we can make this film look like that, or we can make this film look like this, right? Shaka, what do you look at? There's no references. There's no, you know, unless you look at the old Shaka.
Which was pretty old.
You can kind of reference that, but even then, it was like they did certain things that didn't feel authentic, right? So that was the challenge. It's like, how do you create this world and make it feel authentic, make it look beautiful?
Yeah.
But you don't want to make it look like a commercial.
Exactly.
You know,
you need to keep
it's
that
got to feel
emotion,
real.
yeah.
You want people to feel the fire, taste the dust in the air, and that hot sun hitting them. So I think that was the biggest challenge for us, is to recreate that look and feel, and just using the natural elements and how to shape those natural elements like fire and daylight, and just using those 2 things and going, that's all we have, right?
Right.
They didn't have 6 windows in the hut.
Yeah, for light, natural lighting.
You know, like normally you shoot a drama series, you go into the room, whatever, there's a door there, there's a window over here, maybe another window over there, and you go, cool. You know, I can put a light over there coming through, lighting you, another light over here coming through the window, lighting you. Bob's your uncle, right?
Right.
Because it's all about motivation. Motivation of light.
Yeah.
Get to a hut, man.
It's 1 inches.
You know, and that's where your light comes from.
Yeah.
So you got one small little hole over there, and then you've got the option of using a fire. And the fire's in the middle of the hut. It's not like in the corner where, you know, it's backlighting everybody. Yeah. It's like in the middle of the hut now. It's like everybody's like just lit by the fire. And it's like, shit, like how do you position people in the hut? And also, you can't just put people everywhere in the hut.
Exactly.
It needs to make sense.
Women need to sit this side, men sit this side of the hut.
Oh, because...
You gotta stay true to
the culture, right?
The culture.
So it touches upon culture as well.
Yeah.
So we can't just walk in the hut and say, Shaka's going to stand here, he's going to come in. No. Shaka sits left side of the hut.
Yeah.
Woman always on the right side of the hut. If you approach the king, you come in, you kneel. When you walk out, you can't turn around. You got to walk out backwards and exit like that. It's all those little things that you have to keep in mind when you're doing it. So, like, you know, a show like Shaka.
Proximity to the king.
Proximity to the king. You can't look at him.
Oh my word.
You know?
And that's the direction of the light.
Yeah, his Insila is like sitting next to him. It's always got to be on the right side. You know, his warriors on the left. And they're always got to be there in that corner where there's no light.
Right, right. I mean, Zeno, we spoke about like sort of inspirations, right? And one of the things we touched on off camera was your favorite films, right?
Yeah.
But what I want to ask is like your inspiration, your influence, where you carry the influence for your cinematography, maybe for your directing as well. Who do you look up to, or which style do you think, man, if I could do a shot or a style like this person, I would?
So my biggest influence when it comes to directing is definitely Angus Gibson. I've learned a lot from him. You know, I grew up under his wing. I shot, you know, like all his shows, and I watched him work, right? And also Adze Uga. definitely, Adze, my boy. And, I learned so much from them. And it's only because of them that I was able to step in a position as a director, right? Because we've worked together for so long and I understand them and I understand their style. So I look up to them and they influence me a lot, especially Angus.
Right.
When it comes to international work, we spoke about Dune 2, Denis Villeneuve, if I'm saying it correctly, the director. And he's a big influence, not just for myself, but actually, for my whole team, Angus, that's as well. And I think it's the simplicity of his work.
Right.
If you look at Dune, like every frame is so beautiful, but it's also natural. He also shoots in daylight exteriors and stuff. Like it's quite similar to Shaka. And, like we kind of referenced it a little bit and we were like, man, it would be beautiful to create frames like that. So that's somebody I look up to and a style of filmmaking that I appreciate and would aspire to one day.
Would you say it's important to have like mentors or people to look up to that could enhance your craft in a way instead of being sort of honed into your own style, thinking that your style is the only right style to do? You think having other people influence your style is a good way to go for a cinematographer, for a director, anyone in the arts?
Yeah, it's, I keep saying to you, like, I never stop learning, right?
Right.
I watch movies and shows like every single day to kind of like feed off other people's creative energy.
Yeah.
And so many people are doing amazing stuff, not just abroad, but in South Africa.
Exactly, yeah. So
you look at what people are doing in South Africa and you kind of get a sense of where we're heading and you find inspiration from that. And I keep watching the shows that the guys are shooting and I'm like, damn it, man, I wish I shot that. Or,
yeah.
damn it, I'm not as good as that, that guy who shot that. Right? But it's good. It's good to have mentors because they inspire you and they motivate you. I've been in a very lucky position working at BOM and having Ads and Angus there the whole time. And it's not just Ads and Angus that inspire me, My art director, production designer, Dylan Lloyd, that worked on all the shows that we've done together, his inspiration. Because he comes with different ideas as a, not as a director, cinematographer. He always shows me interesting things when it comes to designing sets. And he shows me new shows to look at. So we spend a lot of time together at the office and showing each other different things, right? So it's cool. Inspiration comes from, like a lot of different, not necessarily just from the top.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? You can find inspiration from a lot of sources.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And do you feel that there's a mentorship gap in the industry? Because you have a website and you're reachable, you're accessible, and you avail yourself to what I feel maybe many other people, we've invited you here and you've availed yourself. Is that intentional? Are you intentional about making yourself available, knowing that the industry is what it is?
Yeah, I think it is intentional. And, I actually, funny enough, I just gave a class, myself and Aze, and one of our editors, LJ, gave a class to some students for City of Johannesburg. And it was also people that just love filmmaking, so they picked a couple of students to come in, and we each gave them a kind of a master class for filmmaking. And in that class, I spoke about mentorship, and the biggest problem is that everybody, is expecting us to just invite them on set to come and work underneath us, which sometimes is possible and sometimes is not, because it's a big responsibility that we take on.
Yeah.
Right? So doing stuff like this and being accessible and doing talks and doing interviews and giving free classes to students is a way for us to give back. Right?
Right.
And I feel like it's important. I had people that brought me up in the industry, that opened themselves up to me and gave me and shared their knowledge to me. And I feel it's just fair for me to do the same, to give back in a way. And we are trying to do more of this. I would love to do more of this. Yeah. Maybe it's a podcast or something. But
Zeno podcast.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like you gotta. It's a different feeling when you doing a podcast or when you're sitting in a room with 50 kids that are so hungry.
Right.
Right. And being there and physically being with them and interacting with them and them asking you questions and you giving them some knowledge. And I mean, that, the class we gave was incredible because everybody was just so keen and so hungry, right, to learn. And you get in that 3 or 4 hours of that talk, you give them information that it would take them 4 years to learn in the industry.
Right.
So it's, film school is important.
Definitely.
I believe so, yes. You can't just expect to not have that background and knowledge.
Right.
And come to set.
Right.
So true, because...
But there is this gap in the market where I feel like we can create a program for people that can't afford that lifestyle, can't afford to go to film school. Because I've met a lot of people that are so talented and hungry that can't afford film school. And I wish there was a way to give back more to them.
And I think that's also what I was struggling with. I can't remember who I was having a story or telling, but I'm actually doing my master's in drama and film studies, and I was telling that it's at UP and I don't have the practical experience. I can analyze a film theoretically, but then the practical experience of it is something completely different. I can tell you about a film from top to bottom. I can analyze the performance, the characters, I can even analyze the shots. Can I execute? Is a different story,
Yeah, practical experience is so important because they can talk about it in a classroom.
Yeah.
But once you're on set, man.
I remember my first time on set. I was like,
everything changes, and I think that's the thing that they don't teach at film school. Is that you can build a camera, you can do this, you can do that, but the dealing with the human factor. And that's the thing on set, is dealing with all the personalities on set and what you do if things go wrong and stuff like that is stuff you have to learn all that.
Right. So then from your experiences, I'm pretty sure you faced maybe some setbacks, some challenges, right?
Plenty. Plenty.
What is something not taught by the books that helped you overcome those challenges or setbacks on set?
I think it's... The biggest thing is how to just deal with everybody, deal with different personalities.
Right.
Technical stuff is easy. Anybody can learn how to use a camera, but being able to create an environment where people feel safe, people feel comfortable, to create an environment where people trust you. That is something they don't teach you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. To be a good leader.
Yeah.
And not just a good leader, but a person that is open to listening to everybody and treats everybody with the same respect. And once you understand that and you can do that, then people will do anything and everything for you on set. Yeah.
I mean, you work with a large crew as well. So it's not even just the crew, it's also the cast members as well.
So it's cast. You got to understand the
different
cast.
departments.
You got to understand how to deal with different actors. This guy is grumpy, so you got to treat him a certain way. This one, and the same goes with crew, right? The camera department, you got to treat differently to the grips department, to the lighting department, to the art department, to the makeup department, to the wardrobe department. You can't just be you can't talk to the wardrobe department the same way you talk to the camera crew, right? So you got to understand everybody's personalities, and you got to understand how everybody fits into the whole link, and then you just got to go, okay, cool. This is how I treat everybody, and once you do that, people will just be like, if you have to do overtime, not that but if, just an example, like, once you gain that trust and, damn, we need to still shoot this one shot.
Right.
We're going to go over. Is it okay, guys? Then people will be like, let's do it. Let's finish this day. Let's go. Right.
Foundation, just be respectful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you treat everybody like shit, then, once that clock hits 6 o'clock, people are like, lights off. Rap. It's a rap. Get out of here.
Sure, and Shaka was a large set.
That shit happens, boy. We've been on set where you're like shooting and like, lights off. You're like, and then so journey off. What's going on? No, the journey off is wrapping the cables. And the actors are like, what?
I can just see that happening.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but Shaka was a large crew, large cast. How many people were on Shaka?
Crew, cast, like everybody.
Everybody.
Yo.
That's the number.
I think there's a write-up about it.
There is. There's
a write-up about it. There's a lot. Like at least on big days we'll probably have, some days we have like 200, 300 extras.
I read about the 200 extras.
It's on one day, right? If we're doing a big scene, plus the crew, which is another 150, 200 maybe. Mm-hmm. So some days we have like 600 people on set, but not like on set.
Of course.
All the makeup wardrobe would be one section. They'll get everybody ready, and then the 300 extras would come to sets, and then on set we'll have about 100, less than 100 crew, right? So it's a lot to juggle, right?
It is.
Yeah, it's big.
I'm so interested.
A lot of thongs.
Right. Right.
For the men. There's a write-up about it. I'm just going to go back to the write-up. I'm not making things up.
I'm so interested in the logistics of this, man.
10,000 thongs.
10,000.
For the men, the warriors.
Yeah. And I'm looking at that. I mean, you've worked with many other projects, right? So if you had to look from a smaller scale budget production to a larger scale production like that, is the creative process the same?
Yeah.
Is everything the same?
Well, the difference is time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, time. I can imagine.
Time, money buys time. That's what we all strive for as filmmakers. Give me more money so I have more time to make this.
Right.
And so the way you approach every project should be the same. You should go into you can't just say, I'm doing a telenovela, whatever, it's fine.
Or shrugging it off.
Shaka, I'll put in a bit more effort. No. We treat telenovelas the same as we treat Shaka. Give it the same respect, you give it the same energy. The only difference is we have a little bit more time on Shaka, right? That's what feels different. The scale feels different because it allows us to shoot less pages a day.
Right.
You're not shooting 30 pages a day like you do on a telenovela. You're shooting 6, maybe, pages a day, 6. On a good day, 3 pages.
On a good day, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think the Zulu culture, or let me say, why did you guys feel that you wanted to redo Shaka? Because I'm writing about Sesotho cultural paradigm and the underrepresentation of that. And I feel the Zulu culture is almost not overly represented, but it is very much represented. So why did you feel that you wanted to do Shaka? Because you could have chosen...
We could have done, you're right. We could have done anything else, right? But I think that story of Shaka is such a important story, such a story that was not done properly. It wasn't done properly.
Do you think?
Yeah. It wasn't done properly because it wasn't told from the right perspective.
Right.
It wasn't told through our perspective.
Right.
Right. That's how you got to look at it.
So you're looking
It wasn't
at
told
it.
in our language, right?
Right. It wasn't told in the language.
I think people forget that. You see how
I think
you see how she reacted? she forgot that Shaka was out there going, tomorrow
Stop, man.
we are going over that hill. Fight that guy there.
That is so true.
People forget that, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to my guy over there.
I
People
really
forget
do
that, right?
forget
Yeah.
that.
People do.
It was so colonial.
Henry was iconic. Iconic. Can't take that away from him. People are saying, here's the Shaka. Shaka, that was the Shaka. Not to take it, that was brilliantly done. What they did on that old Shaka was amazing. We can't recreate what they did, right?
Right.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the way they told that story, how they presented the Zulu culture, the Zulu language, the Zulu people. It was told through a British perspective,
Yeah, European, yeah.
a European perspective.
Colonial, yeah.
Yeah, it starts off in Britain, the castle or like one of those palaces, right?
Yeah.
Then it moves to Shaka land.
Chocolate.
You know, exactly.
And
The point is that we felt the need to tell that story and do it in the right way and represent the culture properly, because it's gonna be important. The story is gonna be important in years to come.
Right.
Right? Kids are gonna grow up watching this and they're gonna go,
wow.
"That is our culture." As much as yes, the Zulu culture. A lot of stories are told through the Zulu culture, but it's because of the demographic. It's a much bigger audience as well.
Cultural paradigm, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Zulu population.
yeah. It's just about representing it, telling the best story we can, and having it there for future generations, so they can look at it and they can go, "Wow, that was us." Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. That sometimes it's something that's represented over and over and over again doesn't necessarily mean it's accurately
No,
or authentically represented either.
there's different Batmans every time, right?
Yeah. Even to be shot different as
Oh
well.
yeah, you did say that this is
This
the
is
Shaka
our,
of
this time.
this generation.
50 years from now, somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to be Shaka there with like
Nah.
laser guns and shit.
Just
do you know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, right? They're going to retell this story in a different way in the future.
It's going to be an AI Shaka.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it will be. It
You
will
never
be.
know.
100% it will be.
In the next 50 years, probably.
It will happen.
50? You're giving it 50 years?
I mean, it's
Less than
shockingly
50
scary right now.
Less than
but
50, 10 years. Well, I don't know about but in 10 years' time, yeah.
what is your take on AI? As a cinematographer, what is your take on AI? Are you for it? Are you probably against it?
It's another tool that you can use. Yeah. I've been looking into it and it's scary.
Right.
Right. It's so scary for a lot of reasons. But if you don't understand it right now, when it happens, when it takes over, and you're going to be left behind if you don't understand it, right? So I'm doing my due diligence, understanding it and how to use it.
Always learning.
And how to use it supporting what we do as opposed to, using it completely and taking away from what we do. It's like everything else in life, right?
Right.
There was a time when we didn't have phones, right? Well, me.
I was about to say, I think
There was a time we only had the phones at home.
Yeah.
But I'm making an example, right?
Yeah.
And it was normal. It wasn't like we didn't think about cell phones. It was just like, yeah, cool, there's a phone at home.
You're right.
My friend will phone me at home. But today, like with your generation, you've got your cell phones. You can't live without it, right? So what's the next thing going to be? So that's AI for me.
Right.
ChatGPT. So many things are already being generated via
Man.
ChatGPT.
Other AI tools.
It's incredible. I am excited.
So you have to upskill yourself in alignment
You gotta
with AI.
you gotta don't be scared of it. You got to just know how to use it.
Right.
Use it, don't abuse it. There you go.
That goes for
That
everything
part.
else. That goes for everything else.
Don't abuse it.
Yeah.
So what's next for Zeno? What is Zeno? Actually, can I please ask you about your name?
Yeah.
Is it? I know it sounds weird, but is it a stage name or is that your
That's his real name.
main name?
That's
my
his
name.
real name.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it in the office. We were like, "Is that your stage name? Was it your real name?"
Stage name. No, that's
And
my
I
TikTok
know.
name. My
Your
TikTok
TikTok
handles,
name.
Zeno.za.
Yeah, plug.
It's a very unique name.
Yeah, no. We actually spoke about it.
Yeah.
It comes from a Greek philosopher. There was a Greek philosopher. He was a teacher, which is quite funny, right?
That,
How fitting.
yeah.
So yeah, it means teacher. It comes from a teacher. Yeah.
Aw, you're still gonna pour into our cups as a teacher.
He's always
Yeah,
teaching.
hopefully, yeah.
He's always
Always
teaching.
teaching,
Giving out
yeah.
game.
Yeah. Giving out game.
Yeah.
And did you got a name on set for Shaka?
From they call me Boza.
Because you're boss.
So they didn't give you.
That's my name on set.
But okay, Zeno Kuhle.
Oh yes, that's my TikTok name.
That's not your TikTok name.
Yeah.
No, Zeno.
Yeah,
Is that what people on TikTok call
that's
you?
what they call me on TikTok. Yeah,
Cold.
Okay.
yeah,
Cold.
that's my TikTok name. I was gonna change my username to that, but I was
Zeno
like, that's fine.
Petersen.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it to Zeno. It's easier to find.
Yeah, it is easy to find. And some people might just feel like, this is a what account? Just King.
No, exactly. I don't want to confuse people, but it's fun.
It's fun to confuse.
Zeno Kuhle.
Yeah, I think that the TikTok thing is, like everything in life, it's a character, right? That's not
Like a persona.
It's a persona.
Yeah.
Right? And I felt like I just wanted another different platform to create and
Of course.
share a side of me that not a lot of people get to see. Because when I'm on set, I'm very like focused.
Yeah.
And not strict, but focused. Right. So a lot of people see me as that person. And I was like, hey man, there's a light side, funny side to me as well. Right. So yeah.
So what's next for Zeno Kuhle? What are you working on currently? What is coming besides Shaka iLembe season 2? What else are you working on?
Well, season 2 of Shaka iLembe. I'm trying to think if I can tell you. There's
Can't give too much.
can't.
We can't give too much out.
There is but we are working on. Yeah, we're working on some interesting projects, which I think is gonna surprise a lot of people. I'm keen on it. It's something completely different and fresh. So hopefully that will be our next project. If not, then I'm probably going to stick around in this world a little bit more, a little bit longer. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
That's cool.
Otherwise, the internet snipers will get me.
You said that one word. You just said one word.
And that's a wrap from us on Seen and Heard. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done that to keep in the loop. And from our hearts to yours is all love.